Today on Perpetual Projects, we are going to take our Ramcharger four-wheeling. But before we can do that, we've got to fix this disaster that is the AC system. And all of our power steering fluid is running out of the hose on the bottom. Slowly, but it's running out there, so we're gonna have to fix that as well. You might be asking yourself, well, why do you need air conditioning to go four-wheeling? The answer is, it is blazing hot here, and we're not just gonna load this on the trailer and take it to an off-road area. We're gonna drive it there, and it's about 45 miles away. So in order to not die on the way there, we wanna have air conditioning. Plus I have all the parts. So you might remember in our last video, we tried to drive this Ramcharger from Colorado to Alabama, and we aborted very, very early, well, 12 miles into our 1,200 mile trip. The reason we did that is I'm just taking it as a sign that it did not want to be driven. It wanted to ride on the back of that trailer because we only made it 12 miles and two things broke in 12 miles. One of them was not required to drive, but I don't think Amber, Nala, and Penny, our Husky and our Chihuahua, and my wife, not in that order, would have made it all the way to Alabama with no air conditioning. It was miserable hot, and even in the truck with air conditioning, we still had to stop before the heat of the day. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pull this in the shop, recover the refrigerant out of the air conditioning system, and then get that compressor changed. I've got some other new parts, new dryer, new expansion valve, and I got flush. I'm gonna flush the system out. I'm actually gonna try to fix it right this time because I don't wanna have to fix it again. So we got our air conditioning fixed and we got our power steering fixed for now. We'll see. We're gonna test it. We're gonna drive it down and, well, I'm gonna drive it down and see if I can get this thing registered. Amber's not gonna go because I wanna have somebody here to bring me tools or a ride, or, you know, if something goes bad. I don't foresee anything going bad, but you know, you never know. Well, might as well do a cold start. It's been, I don't know, a couple days since this thing's been started. It's cold, as cold as it is at 9 o'clock in the morning here, like 85 degrees, I think. Well, that was somewhat uneventful. Good oil pressure. I think the fuel gauge might actually be working these days. Hopefully. Everything looks good. All right, let's go to the DMV. So I'd like you guys to meet our Ramcharger failure and disappointment. No, registering it is not going to be an option right now. We're going through the process, but it's going to take a little while. And we really wanted to go four-wheeling this weekend, so put it on the trailer. We're going to haul it over there. The place is about an hour away from our house. We're going to go see if we can get it stuck so bad that Amber's Jeep can pull it out, because I really don't want to have to call a tow truck.
We already beat the record on driving because you drove it to the DMV.
I did, yes. it has more miles on it than it made it in Colorado and hasn't had a problem yet. So knock on wood, we're about to have some fun. I'll meet you guys there. We made it. We got the Ramcharger all unloaded. We're here at Hollytree Offroad Park in Hollytree, Alabama. It's in northern Alabama, kind of north central Alabama. It's mostly going to be rock climbing, rock crawling. She said there might be wet, but it's not. They don't really have any mud pits, so hopefully we don't run into any, because neither one of us want to wash our cars when we're done. So this is the beginner loop, so we're gonna see how the Ramcharger does. If it's too boring, we get up here a little ways, we can turn off and go on the intermediate loop and see how that goes. We'll turn some cameras on and take you guys along for the ride. We'll try to stop and get some views along the way, and hopefully we can find something challenging to try to do with the Ramcharger. Well, I think we're maybe a little bit lost. Because I'm feeling like this is no longer the beginner trail. But it doesn't matter because we can't even try to.
I think it drops off after that tree too. Oh yeah, no, that's...
But it goes up the other side right there.
Oh, okay.
But unfortunately...
This doesn't count as the modification for future challenge. I don't see us ever being able to get over that tree.
We could bring a chainsaw the next time.
That's true.
So...
Yeah, I probably fell down in a recent storm.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is where this trail ends for us. But we're going to go find some more to play on because this is kind of fun. I'm having fun.
My Jeep will make it up that.
So that's kind of my fear is...
Because it was struggling back there.
I don't think our support vehicle can make it up that, and I don't... The trouble is, if we get down in the middle and we can't make it up the other side...
We're not making it up this side either.
Well, we could get back up this side probably, but we'd have to turn around.
Yeah, it struggled on that last one.
Well, so... You want to wait here and I'll see if I can make it up that. You can film it. And we'll call this our challenge because I don't think I'm going to be able to make it up that other side.
Okay, let me get set up.
Okay.
Note to self, wear better shoes when you're doing stuff like this so you have traction on your feet. You should see if you should make it up, could make it up that. Whenever you're ready.
Okay.
Oh my god. Never mind, I don't know if I have the, what's it called? Nerve for rock crawling.
Alright, let's see how this goes.
Hopefully I didn't just get ditched in the middle of the woods. Poor Jeep can't make it. It's somewhere up there. Oh, he's turning around. Cool, maybe he can turn around mine next.
realize that this means you're gonna have to back out of here.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I told them maybe he'll turn it around for me.
How am I gonna turn it around? There's no room to do it up there. The only thing I do is try to get through here if I can get by you somehow.
I guess that's true. We're both gonna just be recording each other on the way out of here. Brakes give out right there. Take out both cars.
All right, guys. Well, we found our limit for the Ramcharger, and
For this challenge.
That is the limit of our driver of our support vehicle.
Wait, oh, I thought you were gonna say the vehicle. I was like, so does that mean we're upgrading mine first?
No, we just need to get our support vehicle driver a little bit more practice, because I think the Jeep would have made it through that. I mean, the Ramcharger didn't really even spin. The only trouble the only trouble that I had was once I got to rocking and I couldn't get off the throttle because, well, I probably need a better seat if we're gonna get into serious rock crawling, but I couldn't let off the throttle. I couldn't hold the throttle steady, really, is what happened, and then I killed it because of that. So
I feel like I would have freaked out when you were going down and we're like sliding.
Yeah, well, I mean, it wasn't out of control. It was just a little
for you,
slide.
because the driver knew how to handle that.
So anyway, what we've learned is this place is great. There's really no place that we were today where we weren't a 20 or 30, maybe 45-minute walk from here. So the next time, instead of taking two vehicles, we'll park the Jeep here and we'll both go in the Ramcharger and see how far we can make it. I think a few upgrades that we're gonna do before then, though, is these front tires are rubbing something awful, and the shocks are severely limiting the downward suspension travel. I don't know if you'll be able to see that in the video, but I can feel it teetering when the shocks aren't letting the wheels go down. So we need to get some longer shocks, which they're not really good. They're just what I had laying around. I actually think I might have a better set of rear shocks for this at the house, and then we could put the rear shocks on the front because they're a lot longer. And so anyway, well, that's just because we were going so slow. Once I turned the air conditioning off, it was fine. It's just with a mechanical fan, if you don't have engine RPM, you don't really have cooling. We may, before the next time, upgrade it to an electric fan, but the other problem that we're having is that at the slow crawling speeds with an electric fan, we may have dead battery problems because it's also not charging until you get off idle a little bit. We could solve that with a smaller pulley on the alternator, or a bigger pulley to drive it, or something like that. But right now, that's not our biggest issue. Our biggest issue was the driver of the support vehicle getting scared. So we'll get a few things fixed, get the fenders cut off a little bit so we have a little more tire clearance, and we'll come back out and give this another shot. If you guys like this sort of stuff, subscribe, because we plan on doing a lot of upgrades and progressively getting further and further up this mountain, because we went on the beginning And then I think we somehow got lost and ended up on the intermediate trail, but they have a really, they call it the expert trail on this side. We didn't even try that yet. So if you want to see stuff like that, subscribe, turn notifications on, and you'll get notified every time we put a video out. We're getting very close to getting our extra parts drag truck ready to go to the racetrack, and hopefully we'll be doing that in the next week or two. See you soon.